Hey, what's up everybody? St. R. Edwards here. Welcome to the Ski channel, Swift Coding for Everyone. In this lesson in 2.5 in the book App Development with Swift, we're going to talk about collections. One of the cool things about collections is that it allows you to work with a whole bunch of variables or constants in one group, like, just one group as a whole. And, this gives you the ability to do a lot of different things with it, and we're going to talk about a few of them in this lesson. Specifically, we're going to talk about arrays and what they are, how to declare a variable, a variable in an array, and then a constant in an array. And we're also going to talk about, a few ways that you may see them used. All right, and so we'll go ahead and get started. Open up a new playground, and let's get going. Alright, so the way you declare a variable array that can change, a mutable array, is by doing this. So you can say names, and we'll say equals, and we'll do the open and closing brackets. This is, this tells Swift that it's going to be a collection type, and specifically we're doing an array. So we'll make up some names. We'll say Kate, Chris, Tom, and Larry. You can make up whatever names you want. Alright, so we've got our names here. Now, one property that we could use to add a name in here is the append method. So we'll say names dot append method. And so as you can see, we'll go down here to the one that says append new element string. Alright, so we're going to do that, and we're going to say Victor. Alright. Now, arrays are ordered groups. So the way you see it right now, Kate, Chris, Tom, Larry, and then we're adding Victor. Victor will appear on the end. Another thing is that arrays are zero based. So they start at, instead of starting at 1, they start at 0, the actual index of it inside of this group. So although we have 5 names total, the actual index will be 4. So we're going to do this. So we'll say print names, and then we'll say as you can see, so we got down here at the bottom in the console, we've got Kate, Chris, Tom, Larry, and Victor. All right, so that's all of them, and it's in the order, right? And so now something else you can do is, in case you didn't know how many values were inside your array, you can do this. So you can say names.count, and see, as you can see, it's going to return back an int. And so over here on the right, in the right panel, it says 5, and that's exactly how many we have. But to see proof that they're zero based, we can say, so I'll say names, and then to access Kate, we have to do the brackets, and then in the inside, we're going to put 1. Let's see what happens. Oh, over on the right side, it gave us Chris. So like I said, they're zero based. So if you do 0, it'll give us back Kate. All right, there you go. Now to do, like a case with a, with a let. So you can say let new names equals John, Thomas. All right, so those are new names. Now, because this is a constant, it's immutable, so we can't change anything. We can't modify it anyway. We can't delete a name, and we can't add a name. But something cool that you can do is you can check to see if a name is there. So we can do this. So we can say if new names dot contains, and we'll say Kim. We'll say print. Kim is there. All right, in our console, you can see Kim is there. So that's what we did with the dot contains method. But we can't remove anything, so let's try to remove something. So the way you remove something from an array is by doing this. So you'll say new names dot remove at, and you see this method, remove at index. So it says removes and returns the element at the specified position. So let's do that. So remove at, let's say 1. So let's try to remove Kim. Cannot use mutated member on immutable value. New name is a let constant. So we would have to change that into a var variable in order for us to do that. But we can do that for our names variable up here, our variable string array. So we'll say names dot remove, and let's just say 0. We wanted to remove Kate. I'll give it the program. There's nothing wrong. All right, so we removed Kate, and now let's say print names. Let's see what happens. So down at the bottom, you can see it removed Kate, and now we only have Chris, Tom, Larry, and Victor. All right. Now, something else you guys want to take note of is this. So let's say we were trying to do some numbers. So let's say numbers. So we'll say 44, 51, negative 126. All right. So, Swift, infers that this is an array of integers. So if you hold down your Option key, right, and you click on it, it's going to tell you an array of integers. All right, it's got the brackets around the int. So that's what it's telling us. Well, let's say you wanted it to be an int 8. Now, an int 8 is a different type because it holds values from a negative 128 up to a positive 127, if I remember correctly. And so let's just do this. So let's say we want to change, or actually let's do this. So we'll say numbers dot append. New element is going to be an integer, and we'll say 128. Or actually, yeah. So we'll say 128. All right. Now, what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll say also numbers dot append negative 120. Hey, let's do both extremes. So I added them both. So we'll say print numbers. So we got positive 128 and negative 128 at the end. All right. So this is an array of int right now, but let's say we wanted to change that. So we would have to tell Swift explicitly that this is going to be an int 8. And then we're going to receive some errors. So integer literal 128 overflows when stored into int 128. So we got to change that. All right. So it only goes up to 127. So negative 128 to 127. And now as you can see from the bottom, it reprinted again because we called it. But as you can see, it's 127, negative 128. All right. So sometimes you do have to explicitly tell Swift what you're working with, because if not, it'll just infer for you. All right. So it's also good to know the different type, the different ways you can declare an array. So one way you may see it is this way. You can say var my array. You can do this. you do it this way. This is like the traditional type annotation where you're actually initializing it because we've got the parentheses, right? So we just initialized uh, um, an integer, an array of integers called myArray, and then you may see it like this. Will be of type int, and then you'll see equals, and then it'll be a set of empty brackets. That's another way that you may see it. And then another way, which is not so traditional, but you may work with it in, another, somebody else's project, or you may like it this way, is by doing it like this. So you can do array, and then you can do the less than, and you'll say int, and then we'll go equals that. And so, and this is called like this is called the special type connotation. And so these are the three different ways that you may see arrays declared. So just get used to it, and it just takes practice and really sending in programs. All right. So we did a few things in this lesson. One of the things I also wanted to do. Oh yeah, I already did that. So we did a few things in this lesson. You guys stay tuned for more of the Ski channel, Swift Coding for everyone. Take care.